In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Cardano, which is a project that I haven't touched upon in a very long time. I know I've done a dedicated review on Cardano, but quite a few things have happened since. So we're going to be looking at what's going on as in the latest updates that we've got with Cardano. With the first thing we can notice here is the price of Cardano, which has gone really high. It has actually surpassed Polkadot in terms of position on CoinMarketCap. We can see here it's ranked 4th now, with Polkadot being ranked 5th. So the market cap is 19.7 billion. It's probably going to get to 20 billion pretty soon. I think it already went to 20 billion overnight, but now it's pulled back a bit. It was like 64 cents. Actually, no, it was 70 cents. Sorry, my mistake here. The 24-hour high, as we can see on CoinMarketCap. So it was definitely over 20 billion. So humongous. But again, the circulating supply is quite high. So that's something we got to keep in mind here. But nevertheless, a lot of people are holding a lot of coins. So what's your take on the circulating supply?
I did the math on my phone.
Okay. The current supply?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure what your math is, but...
Okay.
Well, jokes aside here about the circulating supply, I know that Gavin Wood from Polkadot is pretty happy with the 1 billion total supply that he's got, right? But nevertheless, a lot of that is locked up in staking, and the same case is with Cardano, right? Especially since the Shelly update, which is proof of stake. Now, holders can actually stake on validator nodes, just like with Polkadot. It's exactly the same case. Cardano is the ecosystem where all these different companies can start building upon, right? They can create smart contracts. They can do many things on it. But let's take a look at the latest updates here with regards to Cardano. So actually what's interesting here, and this is one of the things that I didn't know about Cardano, is that tokenized assets on Cardano are handled natively, unlike the second generation blockchains that handle them with smart contracts or custom code. So that's actually really interesting, because it just shows you that technology wise, or technologically speaking, Cardano is following a different pattern than Polkadot, right? It's not to say that Polkadot is a new generation tech or anything, but Cardano has a different kind of scientific vision, right? So it's just something to keep in mind that we're not trying to create any kind of tribalism or anything here. I'm just like a big fan of interoperability in general, and I really like what Cardano are also doing. So we got to see how these two projects are going to coexist, and they definitely will coexist. None of these are going away. The same applies to Cosmos. That's also going to exist. It's going to be around. So yeah, I mean, just this alone, I mean, this makes you pretty bullish. But what Cardano really needs, right, and they've actually got updates all the time now, but what they really need is the third phase, because they've actually deployed the first two phases, and I know it's been a long time. They've been developing since 2017, right? But Shelly was the proof of stake mechanism, right? So that validators can get set up and then staking can start for holders. And now Goguen, which is the third phase that they're working on, is related to the smart contracts. So they're finally going to integrate smart contracts. And that's going to be a big step forward, of course, because we're going to be seeing more and more interoperability happening too, as with regards to this. There are already projects that are planning to build on Cardano. I can't remember the name off the top of my head now, but there's definitely one project that's on the line trying to build on Cardano. So that's something to keep your eyes on. So, you know, interoperability is a big thing, and we're going to be seeing that there interoperability between Polkadot and Cardano as well eventually, right? Just keep that in mind, right? They're actually working together in a way at a high level, right? Even though we don't know about it, but it is happening.
But a general assumption that you're kind of working in the same space and probably do want to sort of communicate with each other a lot.
Quoted by Gavin Wood himself, right? Anyway, just to get back to the point here, the next step, the big one, right, the big update that we're going to see from Cardano is Basho, which is related to scaling. But first, we got to see these smart contracts, which are due to happen in Q1 of this year. And then finally, we're going to see governance. Now, the thing is with governance, we're already seeing that with Polkadot, right? So the fact that Polkadot are ahead of the game now kind of gives them a slight advantage or a slight edge over Cardano. But Cardano being in the United States, you know, more Americans are into crypto, more American adoption. So if Charles Hoskinson does the right thing, he could potentially attract a lot more people in Cardano. So we got to look at it from this point of view as well, right? Whereas with Polkadot, they are based in the UK. So, you know, less people are invested, less people are involved. Although at the moment, a lot of people are invested, right? And not to mention that they've got that stock exchange listing as well. But I think with Cardano, we're going to be seeing pretty much the same. happening. And again, with the updates, so what they're doing here is every week they're giving us a status of Cardano and what's actually going on at the moment. So as we can see, these are the latest news from 2 days ago with Daedalus Wallet. The team has deployed the Daedalus Catalyst version onto the Daedalus mainnet, implemented a native tokens user interface along with some additional UI improvements, and redefined the handling of the hardware wallets. Now they've also got the Drishta team, Adristia I think is pronounced, team who has worked on updating the APIs in preparation for the LBRY hard fork. Specifically, they worked on the release of an updated GraphQL version to support multi-assets and a Cardano REST API version to support the LBRY hard fork. So a lot of these updates are very technically focused, as we can see here. There's also a networking update that we've got here if you're interested on that. With regards to Goguen, because this is the one we're interested in, so last week the Plutus team released the refreshed Plutus Playground with an updated user interface and new tutorials. They also worked on an initial proposal for extended byte test string built-ins and investigated how contracts should interact with rollbacks. Now the Marlow team introduced an update that disables the send to simulator option if there are issues using BlockLi. Now, finally, they added static analysis to both the Haskell and JavaScript editors. So basically, they're just giving us like real technical updates here. But anyway, nevertheless, what we're really looking forward to is seeing the third phase of Cardano finally launch. Because this is what we want to see. We want to see that competition. Because if we don't see competition, then we're going to see these interoperability ecosystems kind of become more lazy, you know, taking things slowly. Not really rush to get things done, even though you shouldn't really rush. You got to think agile, you got to get the updates out, even though they're small updates, but you got to get them out. Don't keep the community waiting and things like that, right? So yeah, with Cardano we're seeing a lot of progress now. They're into the spotlight, hence why the price has been doing so well as well, now that people are really hyped about that. Again, the max supply is 45 billion, but a lot of this ADA is actually getting generated now from these validators as they're verifying the blocks. So yeah, a lot of it is being paid out to stakers as well. A lot of these stakers are compounding their rewards because they really believe in it. The community is huge. As you can see here, the community is humongous. Actually, if you look on Twitter, 194,000 followers. So yeah, every Friday they're giving us an update, right? So yeah, if you're following Cardano, I'm sure you're keeping up to date with this. If you're not, do check them out. I mean, huge project. And yeah, thanks very much for watching this video. That's all I wanted to talk about. Thank you very much once again, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye. Do you want to stay up to date with the latest news from the Polkadot ecosystem? Do you enjoy tutorials on what Polkadot has to offer? And are you a fan of interoperability? Do you see potential in the Polkadot ecosystem? Well, if the answer to any of these questions is yes, then please make sure to hit that subscribe button and enable notifications to not miss the next video that the Cryptos Chain YouTube channel has to offer. Thank you very much for watching. See you in my next video. Stay tuned.